Welcome back to OpenLine. We are talking about elder law. We have elder law attorney Tim Takacs with us, and some good calls, several good calls on several good topics. Let's go back here to the phones with Terry. Hello, Terry.
Yes.
Go right ahead.
Hello.
Hi, go right ahead.
I have two questions. I have one child. I want him to get everything. Can I make him the executor of the will?
Yes. Okay, so Terry has she has two children and she wants to disinherit one child.
I have one child.
You have one child?
Just
yes.
one?
Just one, okay. Yes.
And I want him to have everything.
Right.
And can I make him the executor?
Yes, you can.
All right, do you have another question?
Okay. Yes. Do I need to have it probated?
Not necessarily. It depends on how you set up your estate. See, that's another thing that I would say is that, you know, people will say, well, and I've had this come up, is that, well, you know, you do a will for them, you know, and then they think that having a will means that they avoid probate. And I say, no, that's not what it means. A will is a written instruction which basically tells the judge, this is how I want my estate to be distributed at my death. You know, so what Terry is, you know, she wants her son, I guess her son, she wants him to get everything because he's the only child.
Right.
And she could plan her estate so that at her death, you know, it goes to her son, you know, immediately, you know, without having to go through probate. You know, but that's just putting an estate plan in place that accomplishes that.
How important is that? You know what I mean? Wouldn't it happen anyway that it would go to her son? I guess she wants the peace of mind. I can tell what she wants is peace of mind.
Okay. Here's
going to go, you know, hassle-free directly to her son.
So she owns a house. Let's say she owns a house. She has $175,000 in a money market account. You know, maybe $25,000 in a brokerage account somewhere or whatever it is, and she's got a checking account that has $10,000 in it. Okay, she dies, you know, then she has probate because the brokerage, the $175,000 money market account, you know, the bank or whoever that holding that money market account isn't going to accept the son's word for it when he walks up to them and says, I want my $175,000.
Right.
And most likely the brokerage isn't going to either. They're going to say, well, for one, prove it that your mom's son. Second is prove that she does not have another estate plan.
Right. And that could take how long? How difficult is that?
Well, then she's going, you know, it's a 6 to 9 month process to go through probate. You know? And the point here is that not that it's a difficult process, but why go through that when you can put a plan in place where, you know, your children or your child can get the benefit of their share of the estate immediately.
Which I think is what she wanted.
That's
that is
really
what you would want for your child. So they don't have to go through that.
Right.
They're already.
Right, and there are right ways to do that. Don't add your son's name to your accounts. Don't do stuff like that because bad things happen to children.
We've talked about that.
We've talked about that a lot.
Don't start giving money.
Don't start giving money or property away. Don't add your children's names to your bank account. You know, don't, like I say, don't, because all you're doing then is you're spreading the risk because bad things happen to children.
Yeah, then your child gets divorced. Yeah, your wife gets
or gets bankruptcy or something, whatever, all that sort of thing.
All right, yeah, that's all interesting. Okay, let's go to Bill.
Yes.
Hello, Bill.
Yes, my niece has power of attorney for her mother, and her mother has left her in a will her house and her savings. And last month, the mother had a break with reality.
Okay.
She's now an outpatient, and the question that I have, and my niece is in California, is if her mother does have to be institutionalized at some point, what can be done to protect my niece so that she receives the estate, which is what her mother wishes?
Well, if the if the mother is, let's say she is institutionalized, let's say, okay, she's had a, I guess he referred to a break with reality, which either she died, okay, but apparently she's still alive.
Right.
You know, so she became disabled or incapacitated. She's in a skilled nursing facility. She may be discharged to a nursing home. You know, and the nursing home is going to cost $7,000 to $8,000 a month. So the niece is going to have to use her mother's funds to pay for her care. Now, you know, people come into my office every day and ask, you know, how can we put a plan in place to minimize that impact? You know, and those are things that we can do. I mean, right now she's kind of in a crisis case. You know, so if the mother lives here in Tennessee or Middle Tennessee, you know, the niece is certainly welcome to contact our office and say, can you help me? You know, how do we make sure that, you know, my mother is taken care of? Does she need to move to California? Meaning mom, because if she's got her mother is her daughter is in California, you know, how's she going to take care of her mother long distance? I mean, she's got a bigger problem than just how to save the money from the nursing home.
And all right, so this caller is saying a break with reality. So I interpret that to be, you know, she's going through some mental problems.
Right.
Yeah. And he, before this break with reality, as identified by this individual, the will was one way. I think they're worried now she has a break with reality. She could change the will. That happens, right?
Maybe. I mean, I guess she could change the will. I mean, I'm not sure if that. I mean, that's one potential outcome of a break with reality. But I think his question really was, what if she has to go to a nursing home? How does she make sure she gets what she's entitled to under the, you know, within the estate? You know, and my answer to that is that, well, you know, that's a smaller problem, you know, than just trying to figure out how your mother's going to get taken care of.
Right.
Because if mom dies tomorrow, she doesn't have that problem.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the money goes to wherever it's supposed to go. You know, but if she's in a nursing home for 2 years, you know, then that could be $150,000 that's paid out for long-term care. You know, and she has options to help protect that. You know, but at the same time, I guess I get concerned about daughter in California, mother, I guess, here.
Yeah.
You know, who's going to take care of mom?
All right, we're going to take a break. Wayne, Barbara, Terry, hold on the line. So we'll take a break. We'll be back right after this.